Today, we're going to calculate and find out the best setup for the new 4-star Electro healer, Kuki Shinobu. We know that she is a healer that's based on her max HP and get damage and healing bonuses from her elemental mastery. Her healing capability comes from her elemental skill, which produces an electro ring around her body that can heal the active character and deal AoE electro damage to surrounding enemies every 1.5 seconds for 12 seconds. She also consumes 30% of her own HP every time she casts her elemental skill, but it cannot go down below 20%. Additionally, her healing bonus is increased by 15% when her HP is below 50%. So let's start building her as a full healer first, then we'll gradually balance her setup until we get the most out of her, DPS and healing wise. In this chart, I use the Tenacity of the Millelith artifact set, with all HP main stats and sub-stats, and using an R1 Iron Sting to give her more reaction damage. With this setup, she can heal the active character for 3840 HP every 1.5 seconds. But as you can see, her elemental skill damage is almost non-existent, dealing 762 initial average damage, followed by 262 average damage every 1.5 seconds, for 8 times. But thanks to the elemental mastery stats from the Iron Sting, she is able to deal 3468 electrocharge damage each time her electro ring comes in contact with Hydro. In this chart, I assume that she can trigger electrocharge reaction 6 times. Her elemental burst though, can deal 1393 AoE average damage for 7 times, if her HP is above 50%, and 12 times if her HP is below 50%. Her artifact set buffs the entire party with 20% attack and 30% shield strength, as long as her elemental skill hits the enemy. In total, this setup can deal 40,542 average damage to the enemies, and heal 30,720 HP to the active character, in one rotation. At C6, she can deal 59,598 average damage to the enemies, and heal 46,910 HP to the active character. But I don't think this is the correct way to set up Kuki, since we're not utilizing her passive skill yet, which boosts her healing and her damage through her elemental mastery. So, let's try change her main stats and substats to full EM. Now with the new full EM set, her heal dropped slightly to 3222 HP, but her electrocharge reaction damage increased significantly to 8718 damage each. At C0, she's now able to deal a total of 66,894 average damage to the enemies, and heal 25,776 HP to the active character. At C6, she's able to deal a total of 78,766 average damage, and heal a total of 38,610 HP to the active character. Note that, with this full EM setup, you'll obviously need a Hydro or a Pyro in the party, for electrocharge and overloaded reaction respectively. With the Tenacity of the Millelith artifact set, Kuki can give constant 20% attack boost to the entire party, as long as you keep casting her elemental skill. But if you don't care about the attack buff, you can use the Ocean-Hued Clam set for Kuki, that can make her deal additional physical AoE damage from the bubble. With the Clam set, her heal has now improved to 3470 HP per tick, and her Clam set can deal a total of 22,485 additional physical AoE damage to surrounding enemies. At C0, she can now dish out a total of 88,194 average damage and heal a total of 27,760 HP to the active character. At C6, she can give 104,006 total average damage and heal 41,610 HP to the active character. But personally, I wouldn't recommend using the Clam set over the Tenacity of the Millelith set, because you'll be losing the more important 20% attack buff to your other characters. For team comp, I think Kuki will be great with Ayato, Xingqiu, and Kazuha. This is because those 3 can do great Hydro damage, but they lack of healing and electrocharge reaction, so Kuki can complete that team perfectly. I will definitely try out that team once I get my Kuki later. Let's hope that we can get to patch 2.7 sooner than we thought. The best 5-star weapon for Kuki is the Freedom Sworn. That sword will give the whole party another 20% attack buff and 16% damage bonus to normal, charge, and plunge attack for 12 seconds. Which are great for Ayato and Kazuha, I mentioned earlier. Alright, I think that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you like calculation videos like this. Please leave a like to support my channel, and I'll see you soon in the next video.